for choosing Chain Link Theater. We invite you to sit back and relax in the comfort of your car, or gym, or wherever you are. Please remember that talking is permitted during the feature, as that is literally the entire point of the show. So please, turn up your cell phones, grab your own snack, and hold on to your butts. Your feature presentation begins now!
Hello, welcome back to Chain Link Theater, the show where every movie leads us to the next, one actor at a time. I'm Autumn.
And I'm Kyle.
And today we're linking from Rat Race into Monty Python and the Holy Grail, thanks to our next link in the chain, the Minister of Silly Walks, John Cleese.
Yeah, Mr.
Yeah.
Faulty Towers himself.
So, John Cleese, amazing.
John Cleese is amazing. I like him a lot. He was great in Rat Race. He's amazing in this.
Fierce Creatures, Fish Called Wanda.
Yeah.
He played Q in Pierce Brosnan's James Bond.
That's true. After Desmond Llewellyn passed away, he did. Yeah, he took over.
I feel like he's just kind of, if you're a millennial, you grew up knowing who John Cleese is.
Yeah, agreed. He's had a long storied career.
Yeah.
He was born in 1939.
That's a long time ago.
That's when The Wizard of Oz came out.
Oh.
October 27th. He's an actor, comedian, screenwriter, producer, presenter.
Yeah.
He studied law at Cambridge.
Yes, fascinating.
Yeah, but then he decided while he was at Cambridge that acting was for him.
Thankfully. Yeah. Thankfully.
I know that he's always said that, I always found this interesting, that comedy is harder than drama. And I agree.
I could see that because, like, I feel like as a non-actor, here I go giving my opinions.
Yes.
So I feel like it would be harder to keep a straight face during comedy, obviously.
Well, yeah, obviously
That would always crack me up.
Yeah, but I feel like as far as being believable is easier than being funny
I agree.
on screen. Yeah.
I'm 100% agreeing with you.
Yeah.
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 Also, people can be sensitive little bitches about humor. So
yeah, it's hard to write comedy too, but it's way harder to deliver it
yeah.
effectively.
Yeah, you don't want anyone who's like DLO, didn't laugh once.
Yeah.
And he also is nearly headless Nick in Harry Potter.
That's true.
For any younger listeners.
Yeah. The witch in this movie was his wife.
Oh, one
Connie
of his
Booth.
many.
At the time, that was his one and only wife.
Oh, okay.
They divorced 3 years later, and then he's had 3 more since.
Does he have any kids?
He has 2.
Oh, okay.
I don't know their names or anything, but
I don't need to know them.
so Connie Booth was his first wife, married for 10 years, 68 to 78. Barbara Trentham from 1981 to 90. Elise, that's a crazy name. Eichelberger from 92 to 2008, and he's been married to Jennifer Wade since 2012.
Yeah, it's crazy when you get to doing these like really old guys and they have like a lot of really long marriages.
Well, we think we've been married a long time,
We have been.
but most of his are as long as we have.
No.
He's got 10, 9, 16, which is us,
Us, yeah.
and 13 now.
So, isn't that crazy though?
That's crazy.
Because I mean, like, what, 3 years between the first 2 years between the second and third, and then 4 years between the third and fourth.
Yeah.
So he takes time.
Yeah,
A little bit of time.
What, 86 now?
I just love.
Yeah.
But anyway, love John Cleese. He's amazing.
Born in England.
Oh,
by
and
the
he's
way.
also a activist. So
Yeah.
fully support all of that.
Yeah.
So anyway, what else do you want to say about John Cleese?
I don't know a lot
Marwood
else
is his
about him.
middle name. Oh, and his last name used to be Cheese.
He changed it, right? Or
No,
did
his
the
dad did because
The
his dad thought it was embarrassing. So his dad, when he enlisted in the army, changed it to Cleese instead of Cheese.
His dad's name was Francis?
Reginald Francis Cleese.
Cheese.
Originally Reginald Cheese.
Yeah.
And he thought cheese was super embarrassing.
Yeah, I'd probably be changing Reggie Cheese too.
I don't know. Reggie Cheese has a certain amount of like Riz. You know what I
Does
mean?
it?
Don't you think? I mean, Cleese was a great choice.
His dad was born in like 1893. I think he was more concerned with staying
Yeah,
alive
his
than
mom
Riz.
was 1899 to 2000.
Yeah.
That is a crazy lifeline.
She
Look
she
at all,
was
like,
101 when she
That's
passed.
like horses to the apocalypse almost happening. No, I mean, that's a lot of world wars.
Yeah.
All both of them.
Yeah, it was all both of them.
So it's really late. It's not really late. It's only 7:00 at night, but I'm really tired
It feels
today.
late to her. Yeah.
So this will be fun.
This will be fun.
Okay, the movie. Do you have anything else to add about John Cleese?
I don't know. No.
Okay, you don't know.
He
No.
had an 86-year. He's had an 86-year life. He's had like a 60-year career.
Yeah, it's impressive.
Yeah, it's impressive. Everyone knows who he is.
It is. Yeah. So history of the movie. I have seen it, obviously.
What? Once?
Well, no, like watching this out. There's so many of these scenes that are ingrained into my childhood.
Yeah, you were saying things before they came up. It's funny living with you. You always will be like, "Well, I've only seen it once." That's most movies for me.
Yeah. So
For you, that means you haven't seen it.
yeah, for that means if I've only seen a movie once, haven't really seen it. Like most of my movies, kind of like you talked about last week with Rat Race, like I don't know. I got to rent a video every like third weekend or whatever.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then Jacob and then Summer. So like I would rent like Rockadoodle like
Every time.
Every time I would rent the same movies like Dennis the Menace or whatever. So like we always watch the same movies over and over again. And this was in our rotation along with Fish Called Wanda and Fierce Creatures.
Well, so still John Cleese movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. Did Jacob never pick Monty Python?
I don't remember what Jacob picked.
He peed in my tape. I don't
He
care.
did. He liked ghosts. Like Jacob was more adventurous than I was, like about picking new movies, but not really new movies.
That's still true today.
I like down Periscope.
That
too.
dude will go to a movie by himself.
Yeah, I got married. I started dating, and he was like, "All right, my movie buddy's gone, so I'll just go by myself."
I'm sorry.
Oh no, it wasn't you. It was my high school boyfriend. What the fuck?
Oh, what the fuck, bro?
The fuck, bro? But yeah, so anyway. I like Monty Python and the Holy Grail. I think it's amazing.
I have so little history with this movie. I'd never seen it. I know most of these quotes from just being 40.
Alive. Yeah.
When I lived with Jason, I walked into the living room once, and the cops were arresting everybody. So that's all.
Oh, not
on
in
the movie. On the movie.
In Jason's house, and you were like,
No.
"Well, I'm gonna go watch the tail end of Monty Python now."
No, that was a different day. That day, they were arresting everybody, and the screen turned black. So that's all I know.
So you only knew the ending.
Yeah, and
Spoilers. The
from
ending.
everything else.
Yeah.
From quotes.
So he has no history of this movie before today. Again, it's Monty Python: The Holy Grail, 1975.
Oh my god, this is
Directed-
our oldest movie so far.
Yeah, directed by Cherry Jones and Terry Gilliam. Gilliam?
I think it's Gilliam.
Gilliam? I don't know.
Well,
I've heard it
Gilliam's
both
better.
ways. So
Yeah, Terry Jones directed all of the Monty Python stuff.
they all kind of were, it looked like they were all involved. And I also saw that the writers were a lot of the guys in the movie.
Yeah.
So-
Terry Jones directed all of the Monty Python stuff. Terry Gilliam went on. This was the last one he directed. They co-directed this, but he went on to direct Time Bandits and
Fear and Loathing, 12 Monkeys,
12 Monkeys, Fear and Loathing. Yeah, The Brothers Grimm.
Imaginary of Dr. Parnassus.
Yeah.
Yeah, so lots of stuff.
So I guess Jabberwocky was the last Monty Python thing he was involved in. But Terry Jones directed all of the other ones that you've heard of. Life of Brian. Oops. What was the other? What's the other one called?
Life of Brian. Faulty Towers. Faulty Towers probably is the one you're talking about.
Why is this going so poorly? Faulty Towers is not a movie.
Meaning of Life.
Life of Brian, Meaning of Life.
I think
all that.
I can't remember. I think it's from the Meaning of Life, but there's a part where I think it's in that one where a woman's giving birth and her house is just full of kids, and then a baby just slides out while she's doing the dishes, and she asks one of her other kids to pick that up.
Oh my
And she doesn't even flinch. She's
So the
just
same
like,
comedy as this.
yeah, just like grab that, will you?
Yeah. Good
I love
Lord.
it. Yeah. But are you ready for back of box?
Yeah, I can read the back of the box. It's the 40th anniversary Blu-ray though, so it's a bit not really descriptive of the movie. Once in a lifetime, there comes a motion picture that changes the whole history of motion pictures. A picture so stunning in its effect, so vast in its impact, that it profoundly affects the lives of those who see it. Monty Python and the Holy Grail might well be that motion picture. In celebration of its 40th anniversary milestone, immerse yourself in extras, blah, blah, blah.
Yay. Yay. Okay, so on to the plot. So the fun thing about this is that the jokes begin during the opening credits. So we always put on subtitles because we're old and we can't hear without reading.
Yep.
So Kyle for a second was like, what is happening to these subtitles?
Because they were in Swedish.
They were in Swedish, and he was just like, I'm going to give you a second. And
or
I was
whatever
like,
they call their
because I didn't
language.
remember this part. So I was like, let it cook. Let's see what happens here. But eventually you realize that it's a joke. And like, what was the one line? It says also wick or something like that.
Yeah, when it listed appearing.
Yeah.
Or with.
Yeah.
And listed a bunch of actors that said wick.
It said wick. And then there was a next. Is it also wick? And then also wick. And then it just started like talking pretty much. And it ended up telling like a story like, oh, my sister got bitten by a moose. No, I'm serious. And then it came up and said like, we apologize for the subtitles. Those responsible have been sacked.
Yeah, these were all still spelled like they were Swedish words. But I don't know if it was even Swedish to begin with.
Yeah.
No.
And then like the joke is that those people got sacked for messing up the subtitles. And then the subtitles were still messed up and more of the moose joke came out. And then the next one was like, no, now those people have also been sacked.
The people that were responsible for the sacking of the subtitle peoples
And
have
then
also
like
been sacked.
the next one is like, okay, so we hired new people. And so the themes are going to switch for the opening credits. And so the theme switched to like this like flashing light.
Yeah, it had been black.
And like
then it
mariachi music.
Yeah, it switched to epileptic seizures.
Yeah. So that was the remaining credits. And honestly, I love it. This is just telling you what you're getting into today.
I guess. Does this happen even if you don't pick subtitles?
I'm sure it does. Yeah, it'd have to. But then like, so we open England, 1932 AD, which doesn't it AD 1932? Or is it BC before?
I don't know. We don't do AD anymore.
No, do you know what we do?
BCE and BC or
Correct.
CE.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Anno Domini, or isn't that what
Did it
it's
said it
called?
was 1932? Did it say that at the beginning?
No, it said 932.
Oh, okay.
Did I say 19?
Yeah.
My bad. 932. So anyway, we open and we get to meet our first knight prancing onto the screen with this coconut man heading for a castle. And we quickly find out that this is King Arthur.
King Arthur, played by Graham Chapman, who is John Cleese's hetero life mate.
Oh, yay.
He was.
Oh, no, they broke up or he's dead.
He passed away in 1989.
Oh, that's sad.
There are six people wrote this movie.
Yeah.
And six people play almost everybody in this movie.
Yes.
Four of them are still with us.
Yeah. Eric Idle, Michael Palin, John Cleese, and who else?
Terry Gilliam.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Graham Chapman passed away in 89, and he was 48.
Oh, that's really young.
And Terry Jones, the director, passed away in 2020.
That's sad. But
Everyone
anyway,
else is still with us.
back to the fun. And then, so Arthur is looking for knights to join his round table. And then the guy on top of like what's it called? Like the top of
Like the parapet.
Yeah, of the parapet is basically like, where'd you get the coconuts?
Yeah,
And
this is Michael Palin, even
Yeah.
though it's way far away.
It's really far away. And then like basically they're getting into a debacle and King Arthur is like, I mean, like birds migrate, so it's maybe coconut. And then like Michael Palin's like, are you suggesting that coconuts migrate? And then he's just like, okay, just to put this into perspective, a 5-ounce swallow can't carry a 1-pound coconut.
Yeah,
And
he
then-
says, well, it could have been carried.
Yeah.
By a swallow?
And he's like, by swallow? And then another guy pops up and is
That's
like,
John
could have
Cleese.
been an African swallow. And then they're all like, oh, it could have been, but African swallows are non-migratory. So then basically King Arthur just leaves while these two guys on top of the castle are arguing about whether or not a swallow could carry a coconut to England.
Yeah, this is the humor that pervades throughout the movie.
And it's fantastic.
It is funny.
And so we cut from the coconut argument over to a guy ringing a bell and saying, "Bring out your dead," and people just throwing dead bodies onto a wheelbarrow in the street for 9 pence.
Yeah, and that's Eric Idle.
That's Eric Idle, yeah. And then a man is carrying out a not dead guy over his shoulder, and the guy's like, "Okay, throw him on the wheelbarrow." And then the guy on his shoulder is like, "I'm not dead." And then the other guy's like, "Oh no, I can't take him. It's against regulations." And the guy's like, "He's about to go." And the guy's like, "No, I'm actually feeling much better.
Might go for a walk.
He's like, "No, he's about to die." And then he's like, "Come on, do me a favor, bro." And
he's
then
like, "Can you just wait around a bit?
Can you just wait? Because this guy's gonna
dead.
die." And then the guy with the wheelbarrow just like hits the old man
Clubs
over the
him.
back of the head and then throws him on the wheelbarrow. So problem
Right before
solved.
King Arthur comes trotting
Yeah,
through.
and then King Arthur rides through, and people know that he's a king because he's not covered in shit. Is that what they said?
That's what Eric Idle said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we get an argument about the working classes from a peasant named Dennis, which I love the intro to Dennis because King Arthur is like riding up to him, is like, "Excuse me, old woman." He's like, "I'm not an old woman."
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, man." And he's like, "I'm just a regular man. I'm not
old.
I'm not old." And he's like, "Well, I didn't know." And he's like, "Well, you could have just said Dennis."
He's like, "I can't just call you man."
And he's like, "You could have just said Dennis." And he's like, "I didn't know
I
your
didn't know
name."
you
He's
were
like,
called
"Yeah,
Dennis."
you didn't ask." So I love this, but we find out that they live in like just a regular democracy, I guess, where I kind of liked it. I don't know. Is it, it has to be a democracy, kind of. Cause they also said that they each serve on the board for 1 week. Every other week, someone else is in power and makes decisions, but then the committee has to vote on the decisions that are established.
Yeah.
So a democracy, kind of, but
A republic almost.
I love it.
Yeah.
But anyway, and so they do not take King Arthur seriously at all here because they're like, "We didn't vote for you." And he's like, "You don't vote for me." And then he basically goes on this like thing where he's like, "There was a woman in a pond and she gave me the sword of Excalibur and told me I would rule." And a guy's like, "Some strange woman lying in a pond is not a basis for power." And then he calls her a watery tart. He's like, "Some watery tart threw a sword at you and I'm supposed to listen." So I love the energy here.
Yeah.
Love it. But then we go into the woods, and then King Arthur gets to meet the Black Knight, and then the Black Knight and Green Knight are fighting each other. And basically the Black Knight takes like a cheap shot and kicks Green Knight right in the balls.
He does.
And then he ends up throwing his sword through, like, for lack of a better word, Green's helmet slit.
The eye slat.
And then Black wins. Yay, I guess, sort of. And then Arthur's like, "Oh my gosh, you should come and join my Knights of the Round Table because you're like badass, man." And then the Black Knight is just like,
He just stares at him.
No. Well, no, he does. Yeah, you're right. He
doesn't
just
say
stares
anything.
at him. And then Arthur just goes, "You make me sad. Let's go." And then he's like, "No, you can't pass." And then King Arthur is like, "I command you as king of the Britons to stand aside." And then the Black Knight's like, "I move for no man." And then we get into a fight.
Yep.
And then what do you think? You've definitely seen this scene before.
Oh yeah, I've seen this before. Yeah.
How many of these scenes have you seen?
Well, most of them are on T-shirts.
That's true. People
Or
love this movie.
tattoos.
This is
Yeah.
a fantastic movie.
Yeah.
So.
I used to live with another guy. This was his favorite movie, and I still never saw it.
Yeah.
So.
It's crazy that you've never seen it, but all right.
All right.
But then Arthur takes off the knight's like arm and then continues
Takes
to
off.
yeah, he cuts it off. And then the fight continues and he's like, "I just took your arm off, it's over." And the knight is just like, "I've had
scratch.
worse.
Yeah.
I've had worse. It's fine." And then the other arm gets cut off and then he just starts kicking at him.
Yep.
Which I honestly love it.
Just a flesh wound, he
Yeah,
says.
just a flesh wound. And he's like, "You've got no arms." "Yes, I have." It's like, but it's just a flesh wound. But
It's absurd.
and then like King Arthur's like, "What are you gonna do? Bleed on me?" And then he chops off one leg, and the guy keeps like jumping around,
Hopping and
headbutting him, and then both legs now gone. And then the guy's down there and is like, "Okay, we'll call it a draw." All right. And then
Yeah, apparently they used an actual guy that was missing a
Amputee?
leg to film the one leg scene, and he voiced him too.
What did they do with the no legs? And
He was
the no
buried,
arms?
half
Oh, okay.
buried in the ground.
That makes sense. But then we get, I remember doing this with my brother, which I guess says something about my childhood and maybe how many brain cells I currently have. Because the next scene is the monks chanting and then hitting themselves in the head with a book.
Oh my God,
And
that explains
I swear
so much.
Jacob and I used to do this. Like, I remember vividly
so
this
much.
scene. So that's what happened to me.
Okay. It happened to you? I think you
Happened to
did
me.
that.
Well, yeah, but that's what, like, do you remember in Parenthood where she's like, he likes to bump things with his head?
So you reenacted Tremors with your cousins.
Yeah.
And you reenacted this. This is
All
how
we
you played.
did was watch movies.
And reenact them, apparently.
Yeah, what else are you supposed to do? So then we get another shot of the villagers having caught a witch. And then there's a guy trying to get a bird to carry a coconut. And just a little quick side-by-side scene. And then they're like, this scene goes on for a while. And then so I don't have all the dialogue. But they're basically like, how do you know she's a witch? And they're just like, because she looks like one. And they put like a fake crooked nose on her and a hat. And then she's just like, they put this on me. This isn't even my nose. And then the guy's like, all right, so, you know, how do you know she's a witch? And then she's like, she has a wart. And they're like, that's not enough evidence. And then John Cleese is all like, well, she turned me into a newt. And then everyone just turns around and looks at me. He's like, I got better. Yeah. I love that part. But they're like, burn her anyway. And then basically the guy who we learn eventually is Sir Bedivere.
Yeah.
He's like,
This is the director.
why do witches burn? And then they all like have to think about it. And they're like, oh, because they're made of wood. And then they're like, how do you tell if she's made of wood? And then one guy's like, build a bridge out of her.
Okay.
And then the Sir Bedivere or whatever. Bedivere is all like, oh, but you could also make a bridge out of rock. So that wouldn't prove anything.
Oh my God. This guy's just as stupid as they are.
And then it's like, does wood sink in water? And they're like, no. And it's like, well, what else floats in water? And they're like throwing out all this shit, like a church, a car, all this stuff. And then eventually King Arthur is like, a duck. And so they're all like, exactly. If she weighs the same as a duck, she's a witch. And so then we take her over to the scales, and she, in fact, is a witch.
Was that even a duck? I thought that was a swan or a goose.
I don't know, but she weighs the same as it. And then she goes, 'tis a fair cop. And I love that. So
So stupid.
we get our first knight joining Sir Arthur, Sir Bedivere.
It's impossible to say.
Bedivere?
Yes.
Okay. And then they also just do like a quick like book portion of everyone else. We get Sir Lancelot the Brave, Sir Galahad the Pure, Sir Robin the not quite so brave as Sir Lancelot, who nearly fought the Dragon of Angor, who nearly stood up to the vicious chicken of Bristol, who had personally wet himself at the Battle of Baden Hill.
Jesus Christ.
And the aptly named Sir Not appearing in the movie.
Which was a picture of a baby.
With a baby in a suit uniform. Yeah, he's not in it. So no. I wonder what happened with that guy. So together they formed a band. And then it says whose names and deeds were to be retold through the centuries, the Knights of the Round Table. So we're going to the castle on the horizon. It's always the same castle, by the way.
Yeah, they apparently only had access to one castle for filming, so they just filmed it from different angles.
I think it's great because you just are like, that's the same place.
Yeah.
But I love all the excitement. And then there's a guy, one of the people in the group is like, it's only a model. Well,
Yeah.
all the knights are excited to see it. And then we get the song like, we're Knights of the Round Table. We dance whenever we're able. And so that's all happening inside the whole musical part.
It just goes on forever. Like
then we
every
go
other
back
scene.
outside and King Arthur's like, on second thoughts, let's not go to Camelot. It's a silly place. And they're just not going there.
Yeah. I thought that was the entire point of the movie.
Nope. How do you think the Holy Grail
He
was
was
getting-
recruiting everybody to go to Camelot.
He doesn't want to hang out with those guys. They suck.
Do they?
But then we get God speaking to King Arthur, and he says he can't stand groveling or people saying that they're sorry. And that he basically, after berating them a little bit, tasks them with finding the Holy Grail and says it's a sacred task. And then we get an animation of, I don't even remember what they were showing in the animation, but one part of it is men playing instruments with their buttholes.
Yeah.
So I like it. So then Off our brave heroes go, and then they go past a dude just smacking water with a stick. And I'm not 100% sure why, but that is what he's doing. And then we go up to another castle, quote unquote, the same castle as every other castle. And then they're just standing underneath it, and they're like, hello. And then another guy's like, hello, who is it? And he's like, King Arthur and my Knights of the Round Table. And then like he says it's the castle of his master, Guy de Lombard.
He pronounces it Guy de Lombard.
Guy de Lombard? Guy de Lombard.
Guy de Lombard is what he says.
And then like King Arthur's like, we've been tasked with the sacred quest to find the Holy Grail. And then the guy on the castle is like, well, I'll ask my master, but he probably won't be very keen because he's already got one. And then like he like tells all the other guys hiding behind the parapet, like, I just told them that we already have one. And then King Arthur is like, can we have a look? And he's like, of course not you English types. And then they're like, where are you from? And he's like, I'm French.
Can't you tell by my silly accent?
And then King Arthur is like, if you won't show us the Grail, we'll take your castle. And then I just love this part because it just goes on with the yelling at each other. And because it's John Cleese, right?
Yeah. He's the French guy.
And then he says
French
that
taunter.
I'll fart in your general direction. Your mother was a hamster and your father smelt of elderberry.
I've heard that.
I love that. And then he goes, now go away or I shall taunt you a second time. I love that part. And then they throw a cow at him. And a bunch of other animals.
I guess.
And then they go, run away.
Yeah.
I also love that. So then they make a plan. And we just hear like wood building stuff in the woods. And we're mostly just staying on John Cleese, who's like listening to what's going on, but doesn't know what's going on. And then they've made a Trojan bunny, which...
Was that supposed to be a bunny?
Yeah, they said it was a rabbit. And so they push... This is something you need to know. They push the rabbit outside the door, and we can account for every single person in our group. We know where everyone is.
Yeah, they're all watching.
And so the French go out to investigate, and then they push it in to the building, and then we have say his name. Is it Bedivere guy again?
Yes.
Who's giving the plan, and he's just like, okay, so at night, Lancelot, me, and Sir Robin are gonna like jump out of it, and then we're gonna take their castle, and then there's like, wait, what? And then he goes, so if we build a beaver or a badger or something, and then they get the wooden bunny launched out of the castle at them too, and do a runaway again.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure when the cow flies out, it kills a guy.
Yeah, it knocks that guy
so
out, and this guy and the wooden bunny hits the same guy.
No, it's a different guy.
No, he had a sling.
On IMDb, it's two different guys. Two different
Interesting, because it looked like the guy it hit on the second time had a sling on his arm.
Maybe,
like he had been hit.
It's two different actors on IMDb.
Fun.
I thought it was
didn't
the
notice
same guy
that.
too.
But then we cut to a famous historian who's wearing modern clothes, and by modern I mean 1975. Modern clothes, talking about Arthur's plan and the knights deciding to separate and search for the Grail separately. And then while he's talking, a knight comes by and slashes his throat on horseback, and his wife's like, and runs over to him to try and save his life.
This is our first hint that something's amiss.
Yeah, I love it.
Here, this is such a tonal shift. This guy is also, speaking of recurring actors, he's the not dead body for the beginning.
Oh my gosh, that's so fun. I swear like 2 people worked in this movie.
Dude, so
like,
it was written by
maybe 6 guys.
It was written by 6 people. Graham Chapman, John Cleese, Eric Idle, Terry Gilliam, Terry Jones, and Michael Palin. And on IMDb, it's impossible to look at on mobile because it all says ... eventually.
Yeah.
Graham Chapman played 4 people, one of them King Arthur. John Cleese played 7. Eric Idle played 8. Terry Gilliam and Terry Jones played 6 each, and Michael Palin played 10 characters.
Wow. So yeah, it's the same guys just hanging out with each other a lot.
Yeah.
But then, so we get to see all the knights traveling separately, and we start with Sir Robin, who's accompanied by his minstrels. Minstrels?
Yes.
Minstrels? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. It doesn't sound right. And they're basically singing like, he's not afraid to die, brave, 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 Sir Robin. Like that's the tone that they're singing like. Yeah, and then they're singing like he was not the least bit scared to what is it, to be killed into a pulp or something
I
like that.
couldn't keep up with all
and
this.
then one of them is like his head smashed in, his heart cut out, and then Sir Robin's like, please stop.
He keeps turning around to
My
look
God.
at him.
Because they're just talking about all the violent ways he's going to die and how brave he is for all of that. And then they run into a 3-headed knight, and the 3 heads basically just start arguing about whether or not they should kill Sir Robin. One of them 100% wants to, one of them's undecided, and the other one doesn't want to. And so as they're debating it, and I kind of think it's funny, but as they're debating it, they turn around when they've finally decided to kill him and then go for tea, and he's gone. And then his minstrels are singing a song about how he's a chicken and he's running away.
Yeah, it is funny, but it's the same bit from earlier when King Arthur left.
I love it. I love
Just
it a lot.
walk off while people are arguing.
Just leave.
Yeah.
And then we go, that's a whole Sir Robin part. And then we go to Sir Galahad, who sees the Holy Grail in a nearby castle in the rain and walks up, and he gets to the door and it opens. Again, same castle. And he finds it's a castle called Anthrax, and
Yeah.
it's filled with horny women. And so, like, and he is Sir Galahad the Chase, surrounded by so much vagina. Like, he has to beat it off with a stick. And he's basically just, like, these doctors are trying to work on him, all women wearing, like, white, like, I don't know, like,
Dresses.
kind of things. Like, kind of like Athena-y kind of wear.
Yeah.
And like they're like, oh, we need to take off your pants to examine your thigh. And he's like, oh no, I'm chaste. And then he runs out of the room and into like their bathing room pretty much. And then he's like, I have to find the Holy Grail. And then one of the women, who is Zoot's twin sister, was Zoot's the woman who talked to him at the beginning. They all have crazy names.
It's all so confusing because every time you see any new character, they have the same face as someone
They
else.
do. Yeah. So this is Zoot's identical twin upstairs. I don't remember what her name was, but she said that Zoot has been setting the image of the Holy Grail as a beacon. And so this isn't the first time this has happened to them.
She's like, oh yeah, she just lights our beacon, and our beacon's unfortunately grail shaped.
Yeah. So, and she says that there's a punishment for setting the grail as a beacon, and it's spanking, and everyone gets spanked. And then next is the oral sex. And so like, this just reminds me, like, if anyone has watched Coupling, because there's that episode where Steve gets caught with the porn tape, lesbian spank inferno.
Yeah.
That's this.
Oh yeah.
Everyone gets a spanking in the end. But anyway.
This is the first time that he's like starting to be into it.
Oh yeah, he's a little bit into it because it's just like, well, you'll have to spank all of us, and then the oral sex is going to start, and he's just like, oh, well, all right. And then at that moment, Sir Lancelot rushes in to save the day and save.
You're in great peril.
You're in
so he
great
says.
peril. We need to leave. And he's like, well, I could stay a little bit longer. I'm actually doing okay here. I think I can do this.
I think I could take him.
And
There's
then
only like 150.
There's only 150. I can do this. And basically, they just drag him out of the castle. I love it.
If you scroll through IMDb, like 30 of the actors in this movie that only has like 50 actors are girl at Castle Anthrax.
Yeah, that makes sense. That 100% makes sense. And then we get Sir Arthur and Sir Bedivere.
Hey, you did it.
Bedivere. Okay. And scene 24. And also the funny thing about Sir Bedivere that you need to remember is that he has like this shield over his helmet that he never takes off. But it's like just two
metal
really
bars.
wide set apart like lines.
His face is almost completely exposed.
And he always opens the shield to talk and to look. And so that's his whole shtick.
Yes.
And then
He's the director, by the way.
so they're in scene 24, which is talked up as like having fantastic acting in it. In like like someone's talking about how the scene 24 is amazing for its acting.
Oh yeah.
So then they're talking to some creepy old guy in a cave, and like he's basically just talking about how it's a cave that no man can enter, and beyond the cave lies the gorge of something and a bridge of death.
He's the other director.
Yeah. And so then Sir Arthur or King Arthur runs into the knights that say knee. And then they're just like, we are the knights who say knee, the keepers of the sacred words, knee, pang, and he wong, or something like that.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. And so then they say, if you, what does he say? We shall say knee to you again if you do not appease us. Because I just love it. It's so stupid.
It's so stupid.
And then they're like, King Arthur's like, what do you want? And they're like, a shrubbery. One that looks nice but isn't too expensive. So, and then we get another shot of the modern guy, and the police have shown up to look at the dead news anchor guy outside.
Yeah.
So, and then we also get a shot of an animation drawing something about Sir Lancelot, and then there's like a big bang in the animation, and he messes up his writing and has to walk downstairs for like 45 minutes to go tell the sun in the clouds to stop jumping. And I'm not on drugs.
I don't think I'm on drugs. So many of these scenes go on way longer than they need to because we were watching the what was that? It was Terry Jones watching the
outtakes
scenes
and stuff, yeah.
And he was like, well, we had to get to 90 minutes.
Yeah, he said that they had to use everything, pretty much.
So everything we shot, we had to use.
Yeah, he says they hardly have any like deleted scenes because they just had to use everything.
It's like padding your word count.
Yeah. And so then we cut to Sir Lancelot, and there's this prince named, what's his name, Herbert or something like that. And Herbert's dad is like, one day all of this will be yours. And then Herbert's like, what, the curtains?
Stupid.
I just love it so much. And his dad, and then Herbert he's like, mother, and his dad's like, father. I'm father, lad. And then basically this is the dad's fourth castle because everyone told him he was stupid to build a castle in the swamp. The first two sank, the third burned in a fire and then sank into the swamp, and this one's still standing. And this is the one that the kid's gonna get. And then the Herbert's like, I don't want any of that. I'd rather sing. And then
music starts swelling.
Yeah, and then he's just like, stop doing that while I'm here. Don't do that. And then we find out that Herbert's about to get married. And this is one of my favorite parts of the movie. And I don't know why, but it's one of the ones that's like ingrained in my mind, is when his dad's like, she's got huge tracts of land. I don't know
why does that pop you?
I don't know. It just does. Because he's like holding his hands like he's holding melons. And he's just like, tracts of land. But then he starts to be about to sing again. And then he tells the two guards, like, don't come, leave him in this room until I come to get him. And then there's like a whole 5-minute conversation about the two guards not comprehending what the king wants. Oh, so like, we leave him in here until anyone comes and gets him. And it's like, no, until I come.
Yeah, you usually exaggerate like the time that a scene takes.
I'm not.
Was literally 5 minutes.
But it was hilarious the whole time. I loved it. And then
Lord.
the prince is just like writing a letter real quick. And then I just love it because it keeps cutting to the guards. Their rules were not anything to do with him writing or doing anything else in this room. So they're just smiling at him. And then he shoots the arrow out the window with his note tied to it. And it hits Sir Lancelot's coconut man in the chest. And then I love it because he goes, message for you, sir. And then falls over. I love it so much. And then the letter says, to whoever finds this note, I'm imprisoned by my father who wishes me to marry against my will. Like I'm in the tallest tower. And then Lancelot's like, yeah, I'm going to go save this person and avenge my coconut man. And the coconut man's like, actually, I'm fine. I feel okay. I'm
probably not going to die.
I'm probably not going to die. And he's like, oh, okay, well, you're just mortally wounded. He's like, no, I actually think I'll come with you. That's fine. And he's just like, no, you stay here. And then we get this whole scene of this like beautiful wedding that's happening. There's like girls dancing in the like courtyard and like a band playing and like food and like all of this like jovial activity. And even the guards have like flowers on their weapons and in their like hat things.
Yeah, it's a big party.
It's a big party and everyone seems very happy and excited. The bride seems excited. Her maids seem excited. Everyone's excited. And then we see the two guards are just watching and Sir Lancelot is just running across a field at them. And then it keeps cutting from the guards just staring down this field at Sir Lancelot with no music to cutting to Sir Lancelot and it's like dun, 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 pretty much. And
but it starts over.
It starts him over at like he gets further and further away every time it cuts back to the guards. And then all of a sudden he just is there and stabs one of them and the other guy goes, hey. And then he runs in and kills everyone in the wedding. He kicks the bride in her vagina.
He says, ha ha, every time.
Every time. And no one's armed. No one's trying to fight him at all.
No one
and then he
tries.
gets to the tower with the prince and he's just like, oh, who are you? I was here to save a woman, not you. And then I love it because then the king comes back in and is all like, who are you to Sir Lancelot? And then Herbert's like, I'm your son. I don't know. It's so stupid, but I love it so much. And then the king is like, did you kill all those guards? They cost 50 pounds each. And then Sir Lancelot's like, oh, I don't I don't know if that was me, actually. I mean, I'm sorry. I thought your son was a lady. And then the king's like, yeah, I get that. That makes sense. And then the prince goes out a window for he just decides he's going to scale down he ties bed sheets together and goes out the window. Yeah. And then while the king is talking to Sir Lancelot, he just cuts the rope and his son falls. So then they go outside and everyone's crying and covered in blood, and they kind of start walking towards Sir Lancelot, who stabs more people for a second. Yes. And then the king has to pull him back and like, no. And he's like, sorry, I just got carried away. And it's like, he killed the best man, he killed my auntie, like all this stuff. And then the king's like, let's not bicker about who killed who, okay?
I
and
love Michael Palin so
he's
much.
also like, my son Herbert has fallen to his death, and since they killed the bride's rich father, I want to step in as her dad, mostly legally, is what he says.
In a legally binding way.
In a legally binding way. And then they're like, actually, no, her dad's not dead. He's going to be fine. And then he sends one of his people to go kill her dad. Yeah. And then the prince isn't dead. And then the dad says, you fell out of a tall tower, you creep. I don't know why it makes me laugh so much. And then he starts finally getting to sing his song about how he survived. And then we get a dramatic escape by Sir Lancelot, who just swings on a rope in the middle of the courtyard, not going
why
anywhere.
does he keep not knowing the words for things?
I don't know, but it's hilarious. Well, because later on we get King Arthur always saying 5 when the number is 3.
Every time. But
so,
he says, it's for my idiom, I need to escape. And Eric kind of goes, dramatically? Dramatically.
Yes. It's just a fun thing.
It's just a fun thing.
And then we get a man hitting a cat against a tree. Not a man, a woman, the crone or someone like that. The old lady.
I don't know who it was. They were in very heavy black clothing.
Yeah. And then they're asking, this is back to King Arthur, and he's basically asking, like, is there anywhere where we can buy a shrubbery? And if you do not assist us, we'll say nee. And then the crony lady's like, no, never. And then he has to teach Sir Bedivere how to say nee, because he's not saying it right.
He says new every time.
He says new. And then there's a man behind them who is Roger the Shrubberer.
Yeah.
Convenient.
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay.
And then they return with the shrubbery to the knights that say nee. And they are not the knights that say nee anymore. They're the knights that now say icky, icky, pantazu, boing. And then they said, now you have to do a new test. You have to first find us another shrubbery and place it next to this one, but slightly higher to make a little path. And then you have to go cut down the mightiest tree in the forest with a herring.
Which is a fish.
Yeah, which is a fish. And then we find out that they do have a kryptonite. Because if you say the word it, they like flinch.
Yeah.
And it weakens them. And so Robin shows up and the people are still singing his chicken shit song behind him about how he's a coward and he runs away, his minstrels. Yeah. So I love it. And then so they just leave. And then
it took me till the end of this scene to realize what word was triggering them.
Yeah. Yeah, they eventually say it. The knights say they eventually say it, yeah. And then the coroners have arrived for the dead news guy.
He's like, no, I'm saying it now.
No, I'm saying it. And then all the knights rejoice and rejoin each other.
Yeah.
All of our knights are together again. And then they said that while they were going to Nedor, they had to eat Robin's minstrels because I guess they couldn't.
It switches to animation for
yeah.
this.
And it says like summer went to autumn, went to winter, and then back straight to autumn, and then like I don't get it. They definitely padded a lot of time.
Dude, so much time.
I love it though. And then we get there. This is where they spent most of the budget because we get John Cleese dressed up like a goat man on top of a mountain pass, causing explosions and fire everywhere.
Easily most of the budget.
This has to be most of their budget. And we learned
if you think about like what it takes to film a movie, they're just in a field. Mm-hmm. So other than like costumes, which this was real medieval armor, I'm told. Yeah, so nobody liked filming this movie.
Yeah, that'd be
heavy, uncomfortable, and dangerous because it's sharp.
Yeah, jeez.
And paid actors.
And like food and stuff and all that.
Yeah, catering and on film probably in the 70s. Other than that, it's just the explosions.
Yeah, this was most of the budget was just explosions in this like gorge.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then basically find out that his name is Enchanter Tim.
Apparently in the script, he had a super complicated name and he forgot it.
That's great. I love that. And so basically he's talking about how only the bravest men can get into this cave, and like something so fierce and gruesome guards it, and only the men with the most valor can even approach to look at it. And so all of our knights are just like, oh shit, let's go, I guess. And then there's just a bunny rabbit.
Yeah.
It's just a bunny.
Yeah.
And then Tim is like, no, seriously, that's the meanest thing ever. Don't go over there. The thing's vicious. It's the most vicious rabbit you'll ever see. And then they send like one of the red shirts over to go and just, I guess, smush the bunny. And then the bunny fucking kills that guy.
Takes his head off.
Viciously.
Flies at him, yeah.
And so then they decide to all rush the bunny, quickly lose all their red shirts, and then do the whole run away. I don't know why that always cracks me up.
Everyone we know survives.
Yes, everyone you know survives. All the knights survive. And then they decide that they need to use their holy hand grenade of Antioch. And so this is one of probably the best parts, in my opinion, because so they're like talking about, they're reading a book about where the holy hand grenade came from, right?
Yeah.
And they do like a weird prayer thing, like, "Oh Lord, bless thy hand grenade, that with it thou mayst blow thine enemies into tiny bits in thy mercy." And the Lord did grin, and the people did feast upon the lambs, the sloths, and the carp, and anchovies, and orangutans, and breakfast cereals, and fruit bats.
Okay, I'll skip a bit, brother.
And the Lord spake, saying, "First shalt thou take out the holy pin, then shalt thou count to 3, no more, no less. 3 shall be the number thou shalt count, and the number of the counting shall be 3. 4 shalt thou not count, neither count thou 2, excepting thou then proceed to 3. 5 is right out. Once the number 3, being the third number, be reached, thou then lobest thou thy holy hand grenade of Antioch towards thy fowl, who, being naughty in my sight, shall snuff it."
Shall snuff it.
Shall snuff it. I love
Michael
it.
Palin is easily the best comedy in this whole movie.
Honestly, like Michael Palin's fantastic in Fish Called Wanda, and
Yeah.
he's fantastic in Fierce Creatures.
Yeah.
Do you remember those movies?
Sort of.
Okay. Which one do you
One
remember?
is about a zoo.
Fierce Creatures, obviously.
That one. That's the one I remember.
Do you remember Fierce Called Wanda?
Fierce Called One?
Fierce Called Wanda?
No, I do not.
It's like the same cast.
Yeah, I know. That's why I don't remember it.
Fish Called Wanda is the one about a robbery.
Goodness.
Alrighty then. He does not remember that one. So then they go and they head into the cave and they find the last words of Joseph of Arimathea. Is that what they said? Arimathea. And so one of them is reading it and it says, "He shall find the Holy Grail in the castle of And then they have a debate
stupid.
like, he must have died while he was carving it. And then they're like, no, he wouldn't have carved he would have just said And then one of them was like,
dictating.
Maybe he was dictating. So I love it. And then they start debating what place is called And then while they're debating, a monster, the legendary, then they said the Black Beast. It's just like
It's
this
blue.
green, weird creature
Yeah.
thing. This is animated. And then they start running away. And then, so you get like these couple panels of the monster chasing our knights across this cave. And then, this is really sad actually. The artist died by a fatal heart
The
attack.
animator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
While drawing it. So
Yeah,
the
RIP.
cartooned peril was no more.
That's
And
what
the
it says.
quest for the Holy Grail continues. Yay!
This movie's so goofy.
And then we get to the Bridge of Death. The old man, they said it's the old man from scene 24, and he's going to ask each traveler 3
Five
questions.
questions.
5 questions.
Three.
3 questions. But like, so
What is that bit, by the way?
I don't know.
It never
I
comes
do not
up.
know. It's never explained. It's never
We didn't
discussed.
even say he counts to 5 for the grenade. He
Yeah,
says
he
1,
does.
2, 5. And they go,
And
no, 3.
When 3 of their red shirts die, he's like, 5 men have
We lost
died.
5
And they're
men.
like, no, 3.
He's like, oh, yeah, right, 3. I mean, 5.
I mean 5. But like, so you're going to get asked 3 questions to go across this bridge. And Sir Lancelot goes first. Questions. What is your name? Sir Lancelot of Camelot. What is your quest? To seek the Holy Grail. What's your favorite color?
Blue.
Blue. All right, off you go.
Oh,
Oh, all right. Cool beans.
Oh, okay.
So the next up, Sir Robin goes and he gets, what's your name? Sir Robin. Quest, Holy Grail, Third question.
What is the capital of Assyria?
What's the capital of Assyria? And then Robin's like, I don't know that. And then dies.
He launches into the air and falls into the giant chasm.
And then Sir Galahad's turn. And Sir Galahad of Camelot seek to the Holy Grail. And then his question again is, what's your favorite color? And he goes, blue, no, green. And then he dies. And then it's King Arthur's turn. And his name is King Arthur. Arthur, King of the Britons, and then to seek the Holy Grail. And then his question is, what's the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow? And he goes, African or European? And the creepy guy is all like, I don't know. And then he gets launched into the thing. So now the bridge is clear. And we can go. Yay.
Yay.
Clear bridge. So then we get to an intermission.
No, it plays this for 3 seconds.
I love it. Just intermission.
While they're on the bridge, and then it just goes right back to the bridge.
So they make it across the bridge. So Sir Lancelot was already across the bridge. This is King Arthur and Sir I don't know why that's messing me up. Bedivere. So they make it across the bridge, and Sir Lancelot is missing. And then we get a clip of Sir Lancelot being patted down by the police.
Yeah, he looks 90 feet tall in that scene.
Yeah, he does.
He's apparently 6'5".
Is he really?
Yeah.
Because he looked so tall.
Yeah, he did.
Wow. John Cleese is tall.
Very.
So then King Arthur hears this like ethereal music, and they follow the sound to like this unmanned Norse ship on the water.
I guess.
Which also, fun fact, I don't know if it's a fun fact or not, but I've always heard a theory that Nessie is actually whale dick.
The Loch Ness Monster, you mean?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Maybe.
So,
do they often swim with their belly up at the surface?
They did that day.
In the loch? Okay.
I've just heard that like a lot of stories of like old sailors being like, oh my God, what the fuck was that? It's a whale dick.
There's a photo too.
I know. It's like, have you ever seen one? Do you want me to Google it right
real.
now?
I won't hear any Nessie slander.
Whale penises. If you've never looked at one, look it up if you care to partake. Because they're creepy looking, and it like because they're massive and like they hook and stuff. So like,
how big can the whales in Loch Ness be?
Big enough, big enough to get the job done. You know what I'm saying?
I guess.
But anyway, so then they make it across to a bridge, not a bridge, a castle. The castle of and then they're greeted by the livestock throwing French again, who are now in this castle. And then like basically just all the insults proceed. And one of my favorites was, I wave my private parts at your aunties. And then he also says, you tiny, what did he say? You tiny brainer wiper of other people's bottoms. I love all that. And then they like, it looked like they were actually throwing poop on him this time.
Yeah.
So, like, they were getting poop thrown on them, and then King Arthur and Sir Bedivere cross the water all defeated, because now they can just walk across it, because I guess it's low tide.
I guess so.
And then they're like, okay, well, we're just going to attack. And then over the hill comes this, like, huge swarm of extras, all dressed in medieval armor and ready to fight the French.
Must have been over 100.
Yeah. And then... yeah, I loved it. And then King Arthur is like, French persons, today the blood of many a valiant knight will be avenged. And then he says, charge. But then the police, like the paddy wagon and the police all pull up and stop them and then arrest them all.
Yeah. And then it cuts to black and plays weird jazz music for 3 minutes.
Yeah, because everyone's arrested. No one can write the credits anymore. Everyone's been fired.
That's not how it works.
That is how
Somebody
it works.
had to cut the film.
No, well, the police guy did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the police guy said stop filming and then put his hand up. Yeah.
Audio podcast.
Audio. Oh yeah, did that. And then yeah, so I love that movie still. That was actually, this is a short podcast for us.
If the movie had been this long, I would have enjoyed it way more. It'd be one of my favorite movies.
Wait, I want to watch it again while I can actually watch it. An hour and a half.
There are 30 minutes of too much footage.
Nah.
At least 20.
I loved it. Honestly, the only scene that I could do without that today I think is problematic is they say that the Antioch, what was it called? What's it called?
The Holy Grenade?
The Anthrax house, the castle of Anthrax. They say that the women are 16 to 19. Not a fan of that.
Yeah.
Not a fan of that. That's the only part that I would take out of the movie.
Really?
Yeah.
There
I
are
would honestly
so many
just say
jokes
like
that go on 3 times as long as
the
they
women
need to,
are
though.
21 to 30 or something like that. And then that's it.
There are so many jokes that go on 3 times as long as they need to.
Yeah, but it's like that one Family Guy, like the
That doesn't go on 3 times as long as it needs to. It goes on twice as long.
It goes on about 10 times longer than it needs to because it keeps getting funny again. That's how you know it's good.
If only that happened here.
Yeah, I liked it. I still think it's fantastic.
I enjoyed it.
And
It's funny.
I love the movie. So I'm just happy to watch it again. And it was like,
I just wish it wasn't so long.
I remembered so many more of the scenes than I thought I did.
Yeah.
So it made me happy. And now you know what I'm talking about. Because I think I've tried to describe to you the witch scene where she gets weighed with the chicken thing.
Have you?
I think you and I've talked about it before.
Oh.
And you've never known what it was from.
Now I do.
Now you do. So what would you rate it? You're not going to rate it?
We don't do that.
I know, but like, what would you rate it? Because like,
don't
you've
know.
never seen it. I still think it's like a 9 out of 10. It's great.
It's hard to rate because I really do feel like if you cut out a bunch of stuff, it would be way higher.
Yeah, but they had to get to an hour and a half.
Which is dumb.
Yeah. Not
That's-
really. So
Well,
would
it
you
is
just
dumb
take
that it
out
had to
all
get
the
to-
animating parts or what? I would say that the dumbest part is probably
No, those were in there because of budget.
yeah. I think that probably the only part that I would take out would be, well, I'd raise the age of the women. That's my number one complaint. And then I would also, the monk that's like running down the stairs to go tell the sun to
That
stop.
goes on too long.
I
The
cut that.
peasants wanting to burn the witch it's just
No, that's so funny.
It is funny, but there's too many lines about it.
Nah. That scene's perfect.
Okay.
That scene is perfect and hilarious.
Okay.
It's a perfect movie. What about
perfect movie.
What about the huge tracts of land?
That's
You don't love it? Do you don't like it when Herbert's like the curtains?
no.
I love it so much.
I would have cut out the entire swamp castle actually.
Nope. No.
Not to be a curmudgeon, I enjoyed the film. It's just long-winded.
It's not long-winded because we looked up today and Gone with the Wind is 4 hours long.
Well, yeah, I'm never watching that.
We're gonna have to one day.
No, we're not. That's ridiculous.
I've never seen it.
That would be like if this movie had the Dark Knight on the end of it.
Literally.
It's way too much.
Honestly, I'd rather do that. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I'd watch this again and Dark Knight before I'd watch Gone with the Wind.
No, I've never seen Titanic.
You,
Never
where
seen
did that come from?
I was just thinking long movies.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, geez, I can't spoil Titanic for you then.
Please don't.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I've never seen the beginning of Downton Abbey. Literally,
Yeah.
Downton Abbey. Like trigger, like spoiler warning. They spoil it in the first like 5 minutes of the show.
They do. Don't watch the beginning of Downton Abbey if you don't want to spoil the movie Titanic.
It's like, what's that one? This is 40 that you and I have never watched because we've never watched Lost.
Yeah.
So we can't
And they
watch it
spoil the
because
end
they
of
talk
Lost.
about the end of Lost and we're just like, one day we'll watch Lost.
Yeah.
Never going to.
No, never going to.
It's been like 15 years since that show. How long has it been since Lost went off air?
We often wait a long time. We often wait long enough to finish TV shows that they end up getting spoiled for us anyway.
Yeah, and then a lot of times I hear what happened and I go, I don't need to watch that.
Yeah.
That's stupid. Like How I Met Your Mother.
I heard about the ending though.
I heard about the ending. I think we've heard different things about the ending though.
I've heard about the endings to that,
Sons of
Dexter,
Anarchy.
Sons of Anarchy, Lost, Sopranos,
Yeah.
The Wire.
Yeah. I've never heard The Wire.
Oh, people don't shut up.
Well, but also
Most people
like
don't care about
every
spoilers.
single show you've said is old.
It is super old.
So
yes. But there's also
it's on us.
I can't invest that much time. I don't like watching TV shows.
He does not like watching. Like this is honestly, I'm surprised that we're still doing this because you tend to not want to watch anything.
Yeah, I like
usually.
movies.
Yeah.
I usually play video games instead.
Yeah.
But
So this has
TV
been
shows
fun.
are like 100 hours plus of your time, and usually not worth it at the end because they lose all the actors and writers.
Yeah, that's the thing about like TV shows that they've gone on long enough. It's just like
We stopped watching that one too.
what is that?
That's Always Sunny.
Oh, yeah. We did stop watching that.
It's been on for 30 years.
It has been. It's one of those ones that I don't feel like I need to keep up with anymore.
True.
But like, yeah, I don't really keep up with any show at the moment.
Well, except for the one on your other podcast.
Well, that one. I keep up with Sister Wives and 1,000 Pound Sisters.
Yeah, she watches 1,000 Pound Sisters and does a podcast every week called Seasoned Sisters.
Yeah.
Available on local podcast platforms.
Really don't think that our like 70% male listeners on this podcast want me to hear me talk about 1,000 Pound Sisters.
Probably
but if
not.
you do.
But you deserve a plug.
If you want to listen to two not quite 1,000 Pound Sisters talk about 1,000 Pound Sisters, head over to Seasoned Sisters Pod.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, this is a much shorter episode, but I still love this movie. So
I don't hate it. I don't know. If, you're acting like it sounded like I did.
no, I'm not. I think it's fantastic. It's not my favorite John Cleese movie. My favorite John Cleese movie is Fierce Creatures.
It does make me want to watch all the other Monty Python movies.
Why don't we start with Fierce Creatures?
Why don't we start with Jabberwocky and then do the other 2 or 3 Monty Python movies and then Fierce Creatures?
We're not going to do any of this.
Yeah, we're very busy with this show already.
Yeah, we are. Okay, so now we need to,
And our next movie is not going to be one of
the
those.
problem with this movie is that there are very few usable actors.
Yeah.
Like we might be, who knows, maybe we're heading for season 2. Dun, dun, dun.
No, we're not going to.
Maybe.
These people are in stuff. It's just hard to get out of the Monty Python. And
It's hard to get back to the modern day.
Did we talk about that Eric Idle is the scientist on the Figment ride at Disney World?
No, we didn't.
That's
But
where
he
I
is.
know him from.
What's his name in the Figment? Doctor?
Oh, I wouldn't be able to tell you that.
I don't remember what his name is.
Professor something.
Professor something.
I have no idea.
But I love Figment. I love Epcot. Anyway, so Greg Way, my pick for actor is Eric Idle.
Oh, you're picking Eric
Yeah.
Idle. Oh. Well, I don't know who else you would pick to get out of that arena.
I didn't know it
Eric
was between him or Michael Palin, but I feel like Michael Palin, the only things I know him from are
Monty Python stuff.
Monty Python things.
Yeah.
So Eric Idle is your option. What are you
Well,
going to do?
That's a good pick because it's the easiest way to get out of this
Genre?
arena, I guess.
Yeah.
The Monty Python arena. Oh, you know what he's in?
No. What?
Okay. I picked the Transformers, the movie, 1986, animated.
What?
There's so many people on that. We'll be okay. I can get us out of that.
The Transformers, the movie.
The 1986 animated feature movie.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Listen, if I suffered through Sister Act and Parenthood,
I suffered too.
You can watch one
Parenthood,
cartoon.
You did not suffer through
You
Parenthood.
can watch
you liked
one
it.
cartoon.
But we both suffered through Sister Act. So, oh my God. Okay, well, all right. So that's what we're doing. That's a wrap for this week's episode. Thanks for joining us. If you like the show, leave a review, follow the chain, and join us next week as we link from Monty Python and the Holy Grail to the Transformers, the movie, 1986. Bye.
See ya.